I think that we've all experienced this where in life we feel lost and darkness, directionally challenged, even this sense where we've strayed off of our true path. We find ourselves living a life that feels foreign, unaligned, driven by a script written by someone else. Even this feeling that we're puppets and there's a puppet master pulling the strings. But we all have to come to this place where we have to remember who we truly are. As a matter of fact, it's this urgent call to action where we have this feeling within us that we know that something isn't right. And when we get to that place, it's the beginning of a sacred journey back to ourselves. It's this call to shed the masks, to quiet the noise outside of ourselves, and to reconnect with the core of our being. It's about returning to yourself and remembering who you are. It is so imperative, so important that you remember who you are. That you have to understand that you are not trauma. You are not the lies that's been told to you. You aren't even this fleshly suit that we all wear. You are a spiritual being. You are energetic flow. You are power. You are courage. You are love. And you are limitless. You are blessed beyond measure. You see, it's about you remembering who you are before the world told you who you were, before the lies, before the programming, before the conditioning, before fear, before anxiety, before darkness. And so I'm urging you that you remember who you are, your true essence, the power that lives within you, the energetic flow that pulses through your very being. You see, it's interesting that humans, spiritual beings, are confused about who they are. They look outside of themselves for answers, for their identity. So I want you to think about something. Do you think birds or dogs or cats, even trees, do you think that they are confused about who they are? The answer is no. They instinctively know who they are. They do not confuse themselves for something else. A tree does not confuse itself with a rose bush, nor does a bird confuse itself with a butterfly. They all instinctively know who they are, and they flow as such. They know who they are, and they don't have to be told. They don't seek for outside clarification on their existence. That's why it's so important that we remember who we are. We must return home to ourselves, to that power that lives, that vibrates, that flows through us. There is no separation between you and your Creator. You are one. You are the creator of your reality. The way that you move through life, the decisions that you make, be it consciously or unconsciously, that's you. It's about waking up to who you truly are. And when you wake up to that, then you are clear on who you truly are. There is no mystery. You see, you don't have to discover yourself, but you do have to remember who you are. You are limitless, a spiritual being housed in a fleshly suit. But you see, this fleshly suit that we wear, that allows for us as spiritual beings to experience humanness. It's just an experience, which means you create your experiences. And it's imperative that you become intentionally clear, being fully aware of your decisions and choices. And when you do this, when you remove yourself from the noise of the world, when you silence those outside voices, getting quiet within yourself, you then become in tune with that inner voice, being one with that inner sanctum of you, and allowing it to guide you, allowing it to return you back to yourself, so that you can remember who you are. It's important that you remember who you are. Because if you don't remember who you are, you'll always live a life that's foreign to you. You'll always live someone else's life, following a script that was never written for you. But you've taken that script and you've lived it out as if it belonged to you. And so you don't live in a place of inner freedom or peace. It's confusion, it's chaos, it's anger, it's dissatisfaction, discontentment. But if you want to live your life, the life that you were created to live, then it's imperative that you remember who you are. It's imperative that you return to yourself. Next week, I'm going to go deeper into what that means. You remembering who you are and what that looks like. Because it's so important that you begin to live your life from a place of freedom, inner liberty, so that you can flow through life as you should. The power that is harnessed within you, using that to fuel and create the existence, your existence, so that you no longer look outside of yourself for the answers, for clarification about who you are. That you no longer go through this identity crisis because you'll have control over your experiences, over your life, over your reality, over your true self. So until next week, I want you to remember who you are. Take the time today to sit quietly with yourself and ask yourself, who am I truly?